Coach, what do you like from your starting rotation this past weekend? Maybe specifically Mason getting back into the rotation and doing what he did.
Yeah, I really thought Mason was really good the week before. Played Fort Worth, those guys coming out of the pen, and really found some rhythm that day. And last week was the same, threw the ball really good, threw it on both sides of the plate. And, it's fun to watch.
You going to go with that same three this weekend?
Yes. Yeah. Where are you at? Fancy looking deal. You at the studio?
Yeah, I'm actually legitimately in the studio this time, not a fake background.
I can tell.
All right, we'll go to Carlos.
Coach, I guess I know obviously the game on Tuesday was postponed a little bit. What were y'all able to do on Tuesday to make it a not lost day, so to speak? Was it a practice day? Was it an intra-squad day? Or I guess what did y'all kind of do, and how did y'all come to that decision Tuesday?
Tuesday, it just looked like early in the day it was going to be really cold by the time started bringing bullpen arms out of the bullpen, around 8:45, 9 o'clock, and just really didn't feel like it was something we had to do to put our guys in that position, especially with the open date in May. Felt like it was going to be a good crowd, and felt like people would enjoy watching baseball a little more if it's warmer. If you've ever been in Amarillo and it's in the 40s or 30s, it feels a little colder, it seems like. And then as far as this week goes, it's been a normal week. We practiced Tuesday. We did get to, inter-squad a little bit yesterday. So it actually turned out nice here on Tuesday, of course. Now, we weren't up there, and they said the same thing in Norman. They said, it wasn't bad right around game time. But that's not really what we were basing it on. We're basing it on we were both going to use felt like we would use at least 4 or 5 arms apiece, and didn't feel like it was in those guys' best interest, to come out of the pen with it being in the 30s.
Going back to what David had asked about your two starters, Mason and Patrick, having good weeks last week, did you kind of feel like there was a little bit more of an emphasis for those guys to maybe pitch a little bit better because they knew that Brandon was out and they kind of had to really, kind of step in and kind of help out one of their teammates?
Oh, you'd have to ask them that question. I think, all these guys, you'd like to think they're going to try to do their best no matter what. And so I think they just went out and trying to, pitch to the best of their ability. And I think that's what you saw.
Last one for me. In terms of your team, just how resilient have they been, especially with all the injuries and kind of guys in and out of the lineup so far, and just to be able to still continue to have that success and continuity just in terms of coming to the ballpark every day?
Yeah, the group that we have that are healthy have done a good job of preparing and being ready to play. And, as far as, the whole group, as far as that goes, they definitely are a resilient group, definitely very gritty, definitely like playing. And again, it's opportunities for other guys when guys go down. And it's unfortunate that does happen, but it does happen within every college baseball season. And so just look at it as an opportunity for other guys.
We'll go to Eric.
Coach, how do you think Drew played this past weekend after coming back after a couple weeks missing with injury?
Yeah, he put together good at-bats through the weekend and, played some left field, played some right field there late in the day on Sunday. And, Drew was just fine. He was probably a little rusty going into the weekend. I hadn't seen a lot of live pitching. But it's good to see the first day he did surprise us a little bit, the way he was running. And I think he wanted to show everybody he was 100%. He definitely did that.
What stands out about this Baylor team? Obviously, a team that's kind of struggled against the top half of the Big 12 this year, but one that historically has had some pretty good teams.
Yeah, I think Steve and his staff, Mike and their pitching guy, I think those guys do a really good job with their team, do a really good job preparing them. I think they got a really nice group of arms. Those guys have pitched really well. I mean, obviously, offensively, they're around the top of the league as far as, offense goes. It's you always have to go earn the right to win on Big 12 weekends. And I don't look at it as top and bottom of the league. I think our league's good from top to bottom. And so you just got to go play good baseball.
We'll go back to David.
Coach, back to the pitching. How do you think Micah's handled being back in the starting rotation? I know this past weekend, defense behind him didn't necessarily help in that first inning, but how do you think he's handled the return to a starter role?
Yeah, he's been good. I mean, Micah's, he loves the starter's role and has done a good job, going in there and throwing strikes, executing pitches, giving us an opportunity, in all those games. And, I think he'll get better as we go. Hope all of them do, right?